everyone, it's DiegoDoom here. Today I'm bringing you another review. Today I'll be reviewing X Plus Toho 30cm series Godzilla 2003 Diamond Reissue. This particular version of Godzilla, also known as Tokyo Goji, comes from the 2003 film Godzilla Tokyo SOS. To learn more about the history of this particular version of Godzilla and the film, check out my reviews of S.H.Monster Art's MFS3 Type 3 Kiryu and Kiryu Heavily Armed High Mobility Type. Be sure to check out the 2002 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and the 2003 film Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Both films are absolutely fantastic. X Plus Toho 30cm series Godzilla 2003 Diamond Reissue is another superb release in the Toho 30cm line. Godzilla has a superb sculpt and superb paint applications. Before we can enjoy our Tokyo Goji, first we have to attach his tail. This time around, Godzilla's tail comes in 3 pieces. To attach the tail, first grab a hairdryer and heat up the main tail body until it's squishy soft. Once the main tail body is nice and squishy soft, insert the end tail piece into the main tail body. Next, heat up Godzilla's underside until it's also squishy soft, and then insert the completed tail into Godzilla's body. Now that we have Godzilla fully assembled, let's take a look at Godzilla himself. When it comes to sculpt and paint apps, Godzilla is superb. Starting from the top, we have the unique Kiryu Goji head sculpt. At the top of the head, we have the very nicely detailed scales. The scales are individually sculpted with a charcoal black paint app. These very nicely detailed scales can be seen throughout the body. The scales also seem to have a very slight bluish tint to them. The ears stand out and do not get lost amongst the scales. The eyebrows are nice and prominent, giving Godzilla a very mean look. The eyes have a glossy white paint app, the irises have an amber paint app, and the pupils have a black paint app. The snout is very nicely detailed with various scaly creases and folds. Next, we have Godzilla's mouth. The teeth have a fantastic sculpt with a dirty bone paint app. The teeth are individually sculpted, giving each tooth a unique shape, adding to the natural look. The tongue and inner mouth are very nicely detailed with various flesh tone creases and folds. Moving down, we have Kiryu Goji's unique neck design. The neck has a muscular sculpt with the very nicely detailed scales continuing. On the sides of the neck, the scales have a frill-like sculpt which is very suit accurate and very cool. Moving down, we have the chest. The chest has a fantastic sculpt with the prominent scar from the Absolute Zero cannon. The scar is very nicely detailed with some slight light blue highlights that really make it stand out from Godzilla's scales. The chest itself has a nice muscular sculpt with the nicely detailed scales continuing. The arms have a nice scaly muscular sculpt with various creases and folds. The claws have a nice jagged sharp sculpt. The fingernails have a dirty bone paint app. The legs have a very nicely detailed muscular sculpt with the scales continuing. Next, we have Godzilla's large feet. The feet are very nicely detailed with the toenails having a very nice sharp textured sculpt with a dirty bone paint app. Spin around to the back, we have the dorsal fins. The dorsal fins have a very nicely detailed sharp and jagged sculpt. Each of the dorsal fins have a bone white paint app around the edges and a charcoal black paint app on their bases. As we go down the back, the dorsal fins gradually begin to taper off as we reach Godzilla's super long tail. The tail has a very nicely detailed scaly sculpt. We can see the various segments of the tail. Underneath the tail, we can see some slightly smoother scaly details. As a whole, Godzilla is truly superb. X Plus has done an absolutely fantastic job in faithfully and fully realizing Kiryu/Tokyo Goji. If you saw my previous review of Godzilla 1989 Diamond Reissue, we all know there's a chance for paint inconsistencies with Diamond Reissues. With this particular Diamond release, everything is consistent with the original release, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, let's take a look at Godzilla's pose. Godzilla is in an upward roaring pose that looks absolutely fantastic. Godzilla is in the 30cm scale, standing roughly a little over 12 inches tall and 18 inches head to tail. Godzilla definitely has a nice shelf presence, but he does take up a lot of shelf space depth-wise. I think Godzilla's pose looks best from lower, side, and downward angles. Now, let's do some size comparisons. To conclude the review, X Plus Toho 30cm series Godzilla 2003 Diamond Reissue is another superb release in the Toho 30cm line. Godzilla has a superb sculpt and superb paint applications. This figure is definitely very nice, very neat, and very cool. I absolutely recommend picking this figure up. Also, be sure to check out the 2002 film Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla and the 2003 film Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Both films are absolutely fantastic. This has been another review by DiegoDoom. Thank you very much for watching, and please stay tuned for more figure reviews. Check out the Facebook fan page and also follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe.